I had a little bit of chat with you about your business, so I was out late watching Flying and tell me there's Jason. Strong and simple. And they'll all be here today.
All right, everyone. All the candidates are here. We're going to start the speeches in 1 minute, so please take your seats so we can get through them quickly and begin voting.
It's a great shot.
The timing was awesome. I had another one. And right when they wrapped up the previous, I saw that's it.
All right, carry on. Yeah. I'm a former captain.
So it was perfect timing. I swapped it out. I just started the live stream.
Oh man, that's crazy.
The one thing,
She can probably hear us.
We all set to hear the candidates speak? We've been doing this for 9 months, and that's the applause I get for the candidates to speak? Come on! All right. That's the way, that's what I want to hear. So before we get to the candidates, I just wanted to introduce everyone to the president of the PC Association of Alberta, Catherine O'Neill, who will say a couple of words.
Again, welcome to Calgary. It is a pleasure to have everyone here. We began this leadership race officially on October 1st in Lethbridge. We traveled to almost every town and city in the province, and it comes down today into our final speeches. So a huge thank you to you for participating. It is a very exciting day for PC Alberta, and I really am excited to get on with our next chapter of the story of our party. Thank you.
So we'll follow the same process as we did yesterday, which each candidate being introduced by a nominator. The candidates will then be followed, will have 15 minutes each to speak to all of you. After that's done and all the candidates have spoken, voting will open, which will be around 12:30, following, and that voting will close at 3 p.m. sharp. Now, I know a lot of alternate delegates are waiting to find out if they've been upgraded. That will happen around 11:30, and we'll let you know at that time. So stay tuned, and with that, I'd like to introduce our first nominator, Mr. Kevin Galandi.
Hello, my name is Kevin Galandi. I'm a Calgarian and, more importantly, an Albertan by choice. I'm a longtime PC member, and this was the very first political party that I ever joined. I must admit, I was a little shocked when Byron asked me to nominate him. I said, why me? And he looked me dead in the eye, the only way that Byron can, and said, because you've been my friend for 20 years. And I'm pretty sure that there are other candidates who are going to ask their friends too. Let me tell you about my friend Byron. He is the person that we need to lead Alberta. More than anything else, he is one of us, just like you and just like me, a regular person. He is not a politician by trade, but he's a business owner that had to make tough, real-life decisions and sign actual paychecks with money that was earned by a real person. Above all else, I know that Byron is the right person for the times, as he places people over politics. He builds consensus because, like you, he places people over power. The next election needs to be won for what is right for all Albertans. The PC party has had a history of government because they were the very best choice. And I can say with confidence that if each of the delegates had a chance to talk to Byron over a beer, they'd get to know him the way I know him, that there would be no leadership contest, as he is the person that the PC party needs today. We need Byron because he will reach out to Albertans, he will change minds, he will win hearts, just as he does in everyday life. We all know that the next election will be fought over who has the best vision. And we know that I second the nomination for Byron Nelson for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party of Alberta.
Kevin's head on the screen matched his ego. Very good. I've known him a lot of years. Thank you very much. Good morning. I look around and I know that I think every one of you were at my hospitality suite last night. Thank you for finally leaving. Who knew that in this party free beer would be such a draw? Thank you very much. I know you want to talk policy, but we also had some drinks. Thank you, Kevin. Good morning, everyone. The day is finally here. After nearly 6 months of traveling the province, 87 delegate selection meetings, 6 official forums, lots of other unofficial forums, countless meetings with you, our party members across Alberta, we are at Decision Day. And I want to start off by thanking many volunteers that helped us to get where we are first. Many thanks to the PCA Board of Directors, tireless workers. Thanks to the PCOA board and the members, and this was a hard volunteer job, the Leadership Election Committee, fantastic. And throughout Alberta, thank you to the returning officers, the poll workers, constituency presidents, board members, and everyone that worked to ensure this was a fair process and the delegate selection meetings across the province were conducted openly, fairly, and most importantly, they encouraged participation. And to all you members, here and abroad, who came out to vote, sometimes in bitterly cold weather in Alberta, thank you so much. And to the members of my campaign team and the other campaign teams, thank you so much for your support, encouragement, and dedication to democracy and all of our campaigns. It is much appreciated. I appreciate the other guys' campaign teams as much as my own. Well, not quite, but almost as much as my own. Come on, let's rock. This is a big day for Alberta. Big day, no matter what happens. Because I believe in Albertans. And I believe in the Progressive Conservative Party. I also believe in a stronger, brighter future for our province. That's why I chose to put my name forward to be leader. I'm running as leader for my family and for your families and for all of Alberta families, wherever dispersed they may be, to once again make Alberta the land of opportunity. To bring back the sense that we in Alberta can do anything that we put our minds to. To bring back businesses and investments that we've lost, that employ Albertans in well-paying jobs and contribute to a quality of life that we all know and love. to ensure that we have policies in place developed and approved by you that sets out the vision and desired future for ourselves and for Alberta. To have the important conversations that we need to have about healthcare, education, seniors care, infrastructure development, expansion of markets for our energy, agriculture, forestry, and IP. And to reestablish the barn-raising mentality of my great-grandparents and so many people that came and settled this province, whether they've been here for 5 minutes or 5 generations like my family has. Now, 6 months ago, I expected we would have a robust discussion across the province amongst us leadership candidates about healthcare, education, rural and municipal stability, the economy, fiscal responsibility, diversification, and how to make our dreams align with our dollars. And I hoped and thought we would be discussing the path forward for a re-energized BC party. To be the party with the plan that inspires Albertans and is the catalyst for the important goal that we all agree on, defeating the NDP next election. And those discussions happen, but they only happen to a point, and not to a degree that I personally believe is the best interest of our party going forward, or Albertans, because as we all know, there was another issue that became the elephant in the room, and the only talking point. But we've talked about that, and I talked about that yesterday. I want to talk right now about the future of conservatism in Alberta. So today and throughout the weekend, as we look forward at competing visions for our province and our party, we wonder, why do we spend time and still speak in awe and reverence about two of the greatest premiers in Canadian history, Peter Lougheed and Ralph Klein? Why do we think about them with reverence? It's not because they won elections. Other PC premiers won elections. It's not because they built coalitions, because other PC premiers built coalitions. But we celebrate them because they had vision. And they had the courage and fortitude to carry through with their visions. And my friends, we've forgotten what that looks like, haven't we? Because for far too long, we have been responsive instead of being proactive. We have collectively lost our mojo. We've lost our sense of purpose, and oftentimes we haven't really had a purpose. We govern for the day's issue, not for the achievement of a purpose, a vision, or a dream. But we celebrate Lougheed and Klein because they did. And they transformed this province in different ways. Now, as opposed to Lougheed and Klein, we've all seen, supported, volunteered for, donated, and voted for politicians that speak a great game. Some of those that we've done that for have claimed to be transformative, but we, as volunteers and voters, have often been disappointed. And for that reason, we celebrate Lougheed and Klein, because they didn't disappoint us. And we stand today, and in general, at a vitally important junction in our province's history. We ask ourselves, as Albertans, not as PC members, do we re-elect the NDP for a second term and deal with the fact, I know it's right, deal with the fact that we would then become a dependent, high unemployment, have-not province, which we once were prior to 1971? Or do we embrace our potential destiny as a place where you can take risks, work hard, and be rewarded? Our place is the economic engine of Canada. A place where people can come to earn money and keep more of what they earn, but also live in the province with the greatest lifestyle in Canada. A province, a place that provides to its children a great education and a great post-secondary education, of course including great universities and post-secondary technical schools. A place that provides first-class health care with the best frontline providers to take care of Albertans when they're all the most vulnerable. And the NDP love telling the people in this room that we don't care about frontline providers, but when our families are sick, that's all we care about, is the frontline providers that take care of our family. And we want to live in a place that celebrates community and culture and diversity in all its forms. A place that recognizes that community, the whole of the community, is greater than the sum of its parts, and that our communities are what make this province the awesome place that it is. It's a place that understands that its natural beauty is a treasure that makes it such a special place. A place with a very young population, but a whole lot of potential. A place that understands that it can be the land of opportunity again, and that it exists in a rare position in both time and geography when any one of us can do or be whatever we want to be. But make no mistake, because I believe that after the next election, once we defeat the NDP, this province will be in need of major repair, and it will take the sort of strength and fortitude shown by both Peter Lougheed and Ralph Klein to make it a reality. And I think that's a sentiment that we all agree. We all know what's facing us post-NDP, how much courage and guts it's going to take to fix this place as quickly as possible. We will, after the next election, have to take immediate action on taxations, on regulations, on health care for quality service, timely access wherever we live in the province, and a cost-effective system. And we'll have to take action on education, from K-12 to post-secondary to postgraduate. We'll have to take action on business climate, on resource development and promotion, on sensible policies, balancing the economy with everything else, on our province's place in Canada and the rest of the world, on how we improve the quality of life for all Albertans, and how we put ourselves back on the road as quickly as possible to being the land of opportunity. Now, the PC Party has a rich legacy, as we all know, of being the longest-serving party in the history of provincial politics. The party that took Alberta from the backwoods to the boardrooms, from being a have-not province, as I've said, to being the have province in this country. And part of the legacy that we stand here celebrating is both winning in 1971 and admittedly losing in 2015. And while we deliberate and vote today, remember, we can look back, we can remember, we can learn, but we can't go back. We must look forward. Remember, we cannot refight the 2015 election, and we certainly won't be fighting the NDP of 2015 in the next election. We will not be facing an untested opponent. We will be facing the NDP with a 4-year disastrous record of deficit spending, burdening the next generation, my children's generation, with debt, crippling an already hurting economy, and driving an ideological agenda forward regardless of the cost to Alberta businesses, Alberta opportunity, to Albertans, and to their families. But in fixing this mess, we will face far greater opposition and a tougher task trying to fix the mess that we inevitably inherit from this government. We will face a far greater opposition, including from our friends in the media, when it comes to do the right thing for Alberta. So we will need to rely on strength, on courage, and fortitude. Not on coalitions or populism. We have got to work to save the future of this province, to save it for all of us in this room, for our children, for our grandchildren, for our parents, and because of the 265 program, I can say this, for our grandparents throughout the province. I've said from the beginning of this leadership that in order to get back the Alberta advantage, we will need to make tough choices. We need to be the party with the plan for Alberta. We need strength and courage to fix this mess, and more than just our collective desire to beat the NDP. Because we all agree that we got to beat the NDP. We just differ on the best method to beat them, but we agree on the goal. And in addressing the issue of beating the NDP, there can be little doubt that there are those that approach this debate and how we differ on beating the NDP. Approach this debate for the best of reasons, including both of my two opponents, who I can assure everybody in this room have character and intentions that are beyond reproach. They're fine gentlemen, and we all agree on the final goal. Finally, that was the applause line, right? Thank you, thank you. And having said that, I want to lead the new conservative movement in Alberta. Conservative movement in Alberta. One that wants to lead. Not for the windfalls derived from being in power, because we've all, every one of us, have seen that movie before. But I want to lead a progressive conservative government that wants to govern as conservatives in the best interest of Albertans for the great future of Alberta, because we all understand in this room that for every problem faced by government, the best answer is the conservative answer. Small government, balanced budgets, social libertarianism, and a focus on creating an environment for individual success. And believe me, the biggest gift that we can give the NDP is to spend the time we have remaining before the next election, whensoever that is. And some people in Edmonton think it'll be in 2017. But spend that time mired in a struggle on the right, spending more time drafting documents with lawyers than collectively drafting documents and policy to improve the lives of Albertans. Because the biggest disservice this party, us in this room, do to Albertans will not be the 2015 election result. We screwed that one up. But it'll be that we are too busy between now and the next election with ego and attitude. That we didn't spend that time preparing the policies that will help the 100,000 100,000 unemployed Albertans get a new job, and I'm sure there's some in this room, so that they can pay their rent, their mortgage, and their grocery bill. It would be a disservice if we didn't do the hard work to develop the plan to entice business and investment back to this province as quickly as possible. The money that is so badly needed in this province that will help Johnny and Janie learn to read and write with the help of great educators in a school, in whatsoever form that takes, charter, private, homeschooling, public like my kids, but it'll meet their needs to be competitive in the world and help, for goodness sakes, that brilliant PhD student somewhere out there to move forward promising research to cure a strain of cancer. I'm running for the leadership of this party because I want, thank you, sorry to interrupt you. I'm running for the leadership of this party because I want my kids and our kids to live in a great province that my generation got to grow up in. And I want my parent, my mother, all our parents to live a long, happy, and productive life. And it takes dollars, common sense, courage, and fortitude to make that happen. I'm running for leader because I want your kids, grandkids, parents, and grandparents to live in a great province, and that label, great province, is not developed by our party. It is not developed by the Alberta government. It is developed by the people of Alberta themselves. And I can tell you that I do not care about names or labels or logos. I care only about fixing this province. I'm not in this race for the trappings of power, such as it is here with the party. I'm running for a job that comes with no salary, and we all understand as volunteers, this is a volunteer that will require many hours of dedicated work. I'm here because I believe that all of us together, as small C conservatives, can show the strength and fortitude to fix this province together. My name is Byron Nelson, and I want to be your progressive leader. Let's do it for our families, for each other, for Alberta.
Thank you, Byron. I'd like to now ask the next nominator to come to the stage, former MLA Stephen Kahn.
Folks, I've got a quick public service announcement. There's a little bit of a lost and found. If anybody was out last night late at the hospitality suite, if you saw Doug Horner, he's lost his mustache and his OT. And if anybody's found it, please return it to Ivan Bowles at the St. Albert or St. Albert Spruce Grove CA constituency. Thanks. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, delegates, alternates, members, friends. My name is Steve Kahn. It is my distinct pleasure to second the nomination of a man with great integrity, a man of principle, a leader in the true sense of the word. It has been my pleasure to work alongside Richard Starke in the legislature and in cabinet. And I have seen firsthand that he has what it takes to lead our party, bring forward pragmatic solutions for our province that will turn around the idealized NDP has created and make us proud to be progressive, conservative Albertans once again. Now, with Richard Starke as our leader, we can fulfill the mandate given to us by the members to rebuild and renew the party. We can defeat the NDP by providing Albertans with a fiscally strong, progressive, and centrist option. Richard has run a positive campaign that has resonated with Albertans across this province and proves that the Progressive Conservative Party is a full option to defeat the NDP in the next election in 2019. Folks, this leadership campaign has turned from a contest to a lust to regain power at all costs. I believe we're better than that. Richard believes we're better than that. And Alberta deserves better than that. Look, my friends, we have to be cognizant of the day after this leadership and the days leading to the next election. Almost more important than stopping the destructive policies of the NDP government is to make sure they do not move their party to the center of the political spectrum, where we, as progressive conservatives, have governed for more than 4 decades. Folks, it's been my great honor to second the nomination of a man with incredible integrity and honor and wisdom, a man who I am so very proud to call my friend, a man we can all be proud of, my great friend, Richard Starke.
Thank you, Stephen, for your kind words. Today you have the privilege and responsibility of choosing our party's next leader. You will have a hand in charting the future direction of our party and our province because, my friends, today is actually about tomorrow in Alberta. And I don't just mean Sunday, March 19th. I don't mean just 2019. I'm talking about our future beyond that. Because today we need to focus our eyes firmly on the future, a long-term vision for Alberta. Let us be guided by the words of James Freeman Clark. Politicians think about the next election, but states think about the next generation. Not see a second term of NDP government. That, my friends, is clear to all of us, and it is becoming clearer to an ever-increasing number of Albertans. As of Thursday, we have 71 billion reasons. The Voice is calling for the end of the NDP's reign of error are growing louder and louder. Carefully consider how we defeat the NDP. What are the risks? What are the consequences of failure of both plans? Now, as you know, I'm a veterinarian. I manage my own business. I have been elected to both the municipal and provincial levels. And in all of those roles, I was asked to assess risk, surgical risk, business risk, political risk. Now, we don't like to believe that everything we plan will go smoothly and without a hitch, but if we're honest with ourselves, we know that is rarely the case, especially in politics. Now, the Unity Plan has been characterized as simple, quick, and a sure thing, but it is none of those things. It is not simple. It is actually very complex. It is not quick. It will take time. Valuable time that should be spent starting Monday to defeat this NDP government. And friends, what we need to do, too much of that depends on factors that are not in the control of any candidate. Alberta law does not allow parties to merge. It cannot be done. The federal model cannot be followed here. This is Alberta, not Ottawa. Here you have to create a new party from scratch, draft a constitution, agree on founding principles, develop policy, raise funds, establish 87 brand new constituent associations, and hold yet another leadership contest. It won't be simple, and it certainly won't be quick. And then the problems are PC Party and the Wild Rose Party. And if those votes pass, all the funds held by those parties are forfeited to the Crown. Every donor dollar each party has been entrusted with goes to the NDP. But that doesn't sound like something Conservatives would do. So let's ask the next question. Who goes first? And what happens if only one party votes yes? 75% of Wild Rose members would have to agree to destroy their party and give up all their funds. Let me ask you, why on earth would they do that? No, the Wild Rose has their own plan, and they have already set out the terms of our surrender. Fold the PC Party into theirs, using their principles, their bylaws, and their organizational structure. Friends, progressive Conservatives have a big problem with that. And if we unite, then what? Well, then we hold our breath. This is where it gets interesting. We hold our breath, hoping that none of our candidates, say gay people, will spend eternity in a lake of fire. Hoping our campus club doesn't send out an email that says feminists doesn't heckle the visiting premier, or that a group of 9 MLAs doesn't compare the kind of famine genocide to the carbon tax. And hoping our leader doesn't joke about violence against the premier. Because, my friends, if anything like that happens, and it seems to happen with alarming regularity, you can hand Rachel Notley and the NDP the keys of the legislature for 4 years. Yes. And friends, that is exactly what the NDP is hoping we will do. They know that the best hope for a second term is to have Alberta Conservatives hastily collapse into one party and abandon the center of the political spectrum. Why on earth would we choose to do exactly what the NDP wants us to do? Now, we've been told it would be a big tent party where all views would be welcome. Well, there are things that are critically important when you're pitching a political tent. First, the leader had to plant this pole in the center of the tent. The second is, let's make sure that you can get into the tent from all sides, from the right and from the left, because we need people who can come back to us from both directions. If you can only get in one side of the tent, if you only welcome people with certain views, if you bully and harass and intimidate those who come in a different door, you have a problem. You may well have a big tent, but your tent will be half empty. Now, I like the idea of the big tent too, but in my tent we would have center pole in the center, and the tent flaps would be wide open. No, friends, the unity plan is simple. It is not slick. It is not quick. Let us remember we have barely 2 years to get ready for the next election. If Rachel Notley waits that long, and it is not a sure thing, it's not guaranteed. We must never be so arrogant as to believe that something we do to guarantee the outcome of the next election. That decision has and always will be in the hands of voters. The message that was delivered to us loud and clear in the last election. Now, in listening to you over my travels, I know that many of you were concerned about splitting the Conservative vote, and that was a factor in some ridings in the last election. Vote splitting may not be a factor going forward, but we can't know that, so it is a risk. But there is a much simpler and much safer way to eliminate that risk. I've set out the common sense plan that would eliminate vote splitting without destroying any parties. In NDP-held constituencies, I would seek to defeat the NDP through a simple, non-competition agreement between parties and run a single candidate. Both PC and Wild Rose parties have their areas of strength, and for the sake of Alberta, we should play to those strength. Because Alberta has always had two political parties. It's nothing new just because we both believe that the NDP makes bad policy 90% of the time is hardly the basis for hastily cobbling together a new party. No, my friends, there are no shortcuts. There are no quick fixes. If we set power before principle, we will be punished. Winning election government is not some trophy or prize we won through political maneuvering. Governing is an immense responsibility conferred on those who have earned the trust, the confidence of the people, and we must never forget that. Our path to the next election and beyond must be marked by a new commitment to principle and compassion. Through consistent and credible actions, we will regain the trust of Albertans. And while we must learn from the past, we cannot try to relive it. Yesterday's solutions are not tomorrow's answers. If it's not enough, Albertans, what your hands, they come to what you stand for. So let's talk about that. Let's start thinking about tomorrow in Alberta. Now, our country is richly taxed by natural resources and greater human resources. Tomorrow in Alberta, we must send a clear message that we are open for business. We will celebrate our entrepreneurs, not vilify them. Profit won't be a four-letter word. We will create a competitive tax regime, and our regulatory system will be easy to navigate. We recognize that business operates best when government creates a stable investment environment and then gets out of the way, and that will put tens of thousands of Albertans back to work. Alberta has skilled and dedicated medical professionals who provide outstanding patient care. Tomorrow in Alberta, we will unshackle our healthcare system to focus on primary and preventive care. We can make Alberta the healthiest jurisdiction on the planet. We will support medical research at the amended protocol that just treats diabetes, but it will cure it. We will tackle the root causes of cancer, heart disease, and mental illness. Our schools, colleges, and universities offer a diverse range of educational opportunities. Tomorrow in Alberta, we will focus on both basic skill development and attaining the wide range of abilities to thrive in a changing world. Our schools will be safe, inclusive places where our children can achieve their full potential, where excellence is celebrated and where those needing extra assistance will receive it. And parents will continue to choose means of education best suited to their children, and those choice will support it. Our social programs have always been among the most comprehensive in our nation. Tomorrow in Alberta, those supports will seek to break the cycles of poverty, homelessness, mental illness, and addiction, to promote self-sufficiency rather than dependence. And for those who will always require it, provide assistance that is dignified, respectful, and allows for achievement of full human potential. Our farmers and ranchers feed the world. Tomorrow in Alberta, we will restore the respect they deserve for their careful stewardship of the land. We will honor property rights, and we won't hand over ultimate control to Ottawa. We will seek additional market opportunities and diversify agriculture and agri-food. And yes, because we know you care about the safety of your workers and your families, we will repeal Bill 6. We've always been environmental leaders. Every Albertan wants our air, water, and land to remain pristine for future generations. Tomorrow in Alberta, we will build on our strong environmental record and do a better job of telling our story. And rather than hiccuping our economy with policies that don't work, we will become global leaders by developing the technology that will reduce global greenhouse gas emissions throughout the world. We are a diverse, open society. Tomorrow in Alberta, we will continue to celebrate that diversity and finish the job of knocking down every last barrier that prevents every Albertan from reaching their full potential. Our next leader will work cooperatively with Indigenous leaders. He will attend churches and mosques, synagogues and shrines, and yes, enthusiastically participate in pride events because all Albertans are equal, all Albertans are valued, and ours must represent all Albertans. My friends, that is my vision for tomorrow in Alberta. It is an old and audacious vision, but that's what leaders do. They set an example. They listen. Leaders encourage, mentor, motivate, and elevate. Leaders serve because leadership matters. Leaders don't attain their goals through threats or making backroom deals. That's what politicians do. Leaders don't push people. They create a vision that pulls people because leadership matters and because we all love Alberta and we know the road ahead will be rocky. Doing what's best for Alberta means choosing the best leader. And so let the lessons of the past guide us. Let us face the challenges of today with courage and resolve, and so that together